Hello everyone. Today we are going to be playing some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I wanted to give you a little tour of my island and do my usual tasks with you and show you some things I've been working on. For any of you who don't know, I am a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda franchise, so I decided to base this town off of Breath of the Wild. If we take a look at my passport, I named my town Hiteno after one of the villages of Breath of the Wild. My fruit is the apples, and I ended up with a blue airport, as you can see, which I'm very happy about. Here is my town flag that I decided to go with. And real quick, I can show you my map. Here is my map currently. It's going to be loosely based off of the Breath of the Wild map, and it's still very incomplete. I still have a long ways to go, and I'm really just getting started on my terraforming and decorating it the way I want it to. So don't judge it too much right now because it's very unfinished. But for right now, here are some of my villagers. Half of them I found on other islands, and some of them, unfortunately, I didn't choose for myself, but just moved in. So the first one I have is Clay. He's one I chose to move in because his house is currently located on the right side of the map, but eventually I'm going to move him over to the left side of the map. And he is going to represent the Yiga clan for my Breath of the Wild town. Next, we have Tia. She is going to be part of the Zora domain area that I have, and she's going to, of course, represent one of the divine beasts. Penelope is one of those ones that just moved into my town, as well as Hans, these two, and Rasher. I didn't choose any of these, but until I can get more Abibos to replace them, they're my villagers for now. Elise is also one that I didn't quite choose, and hopefully can replace her with someone else soon. Marina is one I did choose because I decided to have her be a part of the Zora's domain. There are no actual fish or shark villagers to have in my domain, so I decided the next best thing would be to have the octopus, Marina. I was really lucky to find Lucky, the dog. He's one of the ones that I wanted in my town. I'm not quite sure where to have his house yet, but for now I have him up top there. I also chose to have Sky in my town. She, I feel like, represents some of the wolves in Breath of the Wild that you can find. And then our newest villager is Sterling. I feel like he can represent the Rito really well. There's a few other villagers that I would like to have, like Anka and Julian and a few others, but unfortunately I don't have their amiibo cards, so it's okay for now. I'm happy with the villagers that I do have for now. But why don't we start walking around a little bit? So for when you first walk in, it looks very heavily forested. The look I was kind of going for at this very opening here was very overgrown and as if you were just exiting a forest, if that makes sense. And I'd like to show you some of the pathing that I have used. It is these stones. I did not make these myself, but I will leave links in the description of where I found them online. Yeah, I thought these really represented a nice post-apocalyptic Legend of Zelda style. So you'll see a lot of this pathing kind of in this front entrance area. To have some bugs hanging out. And then if you come around here, this is my little marketplace. This is where some of my friends and other people that I meet can trade some of these DIY recipes. I feel like I've gotten quite a lot of the recipes, but definitely still have a long way to go. Here's all the different ones I have so far. I like a lot of these bamboo ones, especially like these green leaf piles. I can't wait for the fall time to be able to get more of these different variations. I'm pretty sure I have all of the cherry blossom recipes. One of them I think is located up here with the stone right here. And let's see, some more of the flower. I'd really like to make this dark cosmos one, but I don't have any cosmos yet. And then of course all of the bunny day ones. But yeah, I have a lot of these extra recipes for friends and people who don't have them yet. So I kind of created this little mini area for that, which I thought kind of looked a little bit like Hateno and like the little market area. You can see my town hall is pretty close to my airport here. If you see, it's just right here. I don't love the fact of how close it is, but I mean it is what it is. I was really happy with the map I did get originally, so I figured it's okay to have this so close. I have this really clustered all together too. I have my little market area, and then I also have my Nook's Cranny right next to it as well. And eventually I'm going to have my Able Sister shop probably close to this as well. But actually, why don't we go inside and see what's for sale today, since I'm going to be doing my dailies with you. So here's what I have for sale today. You have a simple panel, which I think I already actually have. A switch. And an antique table. I'll buy the antique table. We have some other stuff down here, which I don't think I have either of these, so why don't we buy those too? At some point I would love to complete the catalog in this game, which, I mean, might be impossible to do, but I'd like to get it close to finishing it anyway. But of course that will take a very, very long time to do. Let's see what's for sale here. Oh, cute. Look at this strawberry one. I think I already have this paper parasol. Let's see what flowers are for sale. Roses. The roses were the first flower that were on my town. Hyacinths. Tulips. I'm not interested in any of those right now. I've actually started writing down all the different wallpapers and flooring that I've come across. I'll probably do those later. And I probably won't buy any just right now, but maybe I can sit down and write those all out so I can buy the ones that I don't have yet. But probably won't do that for too much. So then if we look at my map, I don't have everything exactly where I want it right now, but if you look here with my town center, I have the campsite right next to it just for convenience at the moment. Eventually, maybe at some point, I'd like to put this on one of the beaches or somewhere like that, kind of in a secluded area. I've been really trying hard to breed a lot of flowers. So, you know what? I actually just saw a little tick spot. Let's grab that. So, I have flowers. Oh, look! Sahara's here today. That's nice. We'll talk to her in a minute. Yeah, I've got tulips, the hyacinths. I really like the windflowers a lot. I'd like to decorate a lot with those. Mums, starting to breed a lot more of the roses, pansies. Eventually I would like to color code different areas of my town. You can see the museum is right here. I'm eventually going to have like a lot of black flowers surrounding it because I would like this to be my Hyrule Castle area. And it's going to have a large pond around it and look very ominous and creepy because Ganon has taken over it. I'm also trying to breed a lot of the white pansies because, in my opinion, they look a lot like, well, probably the closest flower to the Silent Princess in Breath of the Wild out of all of the flowers in this game. So, trying to breed a lot more of those, and of course I've bought a lot actually over here on this side. Got a lot of them because I want them everywhere. So why don't we start? If we look at the map, oh, one of my villagers wants to talk. This is Tia. Oh, and she's gonna give me more reactions. She's so cute. I love her. Let's catch one of these bugs up here. This one's worth a bit. Oops. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little bit more of a tour of my island. So why don't we start? We'll start with the right side and kind of circle around that way. So I have my little market area that's going to be here, and then eventually when you start moving over this way, I'm going to have this area actually turned into Sora's domain with a bunch of waterfalls and all kinds of high cliffs everywhere. You can see kind of a little bit of what I'm doing here is just starting out, plotting out and making exactly where I want all of the waterfalls and the high cliffs to be. I'm going to have Marina, my little octopus, represent the Zoras. So I have her house kind of stored here at the moment. Since we're right here, why don't we go talk to her? Oh, she's so cute. Of course, there's not really a bunch of pink Zoras, but... Oh, okay, so she's talking about Link's little Triforce. She's come to visit my town a couple of times. Just been fun. And speaking of, people coming to visit my town, at some point in the future, I would love to start visiting some of your guys' towns and being friends with you, or any of you who also play the game. But anyway, this is kind of the outside of just slowly starting to terraform and make this area into Zora's domain here. And of course you can see there's a lot of things lying around at the moment. Please just don't mind those, because I am currently collecting a lot of bugs and fish to actually make models of, because I'd like to decorate those a lot everywhere all over my town. But I don't really have a place to store them at the moment, so for now they're getting stored outside. So you're going to see a ton of piles of fish and bugs just everywhere, which is a mess and I hate it, but it is what it is until I can make models of them. So anyway, don't mind those. Those eventually will be turned into models. But anyway, around here is where Zora's domain is going to be. Man, I cannot couch today. Got a moth. But, so I'm breeding a lot of blue flowers over here. Maybe gonna add a little bit of purple, kind of depends on how it looks once it's all done. And over here is Clay's house, which we haven't talked to him yet, but I'm planning on doing that. And here is the items that I've kind of set out, where I'm going to start making kind of a nice little Zora's domain area and different fish and fishing type of items. I really liked the way these anchors looked, so it's gonna look very, very nice. Well, I'm hoping anyway. But I'm not doing a whole lot on my beaches at the moment. Mostly just storing all of the fish that I've collected, again, to make the models of. So you're just seeing those lying around everywhere. But it's kind of my beach area on this side. And if we come around this way, this is where I'm trying to grow more flowers, grow different types of flowers, and lead back to Hyrule Castle here, which is just a museum. Oh, here's Clay up here. Why don't we talk to him? See what's the latest. He's so cute. Again, you can see my huge horde of bugs over here, and let's see, fish on this side again. You're just gonna see those everywhere for now. Eventually I will clean those all up though. When we come around this way, let's see, we've already talked to Tia. See, is Rasher home? This is his house. Nope, he's not home, but I'm really excited about this house here. This is Sterling. I actually just found him yesterday. And I'm really excited to have him in my town. This is one of the places that I have been, or excuse me, one of the villagers that I've been wanting to have in my town. Gets all together. He's a jock villager, but I think he would be the perfect Rito representation. I like his helmet and the fact that he looked like a knight. And I really wanted one of the eagle villagers to be the Rito in my town. Then we we have the Able Sisters right here, and eventually I would like to move this over near where my marketplace is, but it costs a lot of money to move everything. Let's see what's for sale today, though. Oh, there's Rasher. I don't like him very much, but eventually we'll get him to move out. Ooh, even I know, you're all about like a green, white checkered pattern. Maybe an apron. He's doing this thing where everyone is you again. That's so cute. I love their little dialogue. Why don't we check out what is for sale today? Do you guys actually like my outfit? At the moment, I am a thief cat. I love changing out the outfits and making up some kind of silly little character every day. But there's a lot of cute stuff in here. I'm not gonna buy anything right now, but it's just kind of nice to look through it at the moment. Till I can get a little bit more money in my inventory. I probably won't be buying anything right now. Okay, why don't we leave for now? And I'll probably buy this stuff later. Okay, why don't we take a look at the town? Back again at the plaza. It's on this side, and you saw that my campsite is here. I've been hoarding a ton of stuff to decorate everywhere. I'm really excited to make a nice Breath of the Wild like areas, especially when it's all mossy and really old and worn out looking. I really like it when it looks like that. Kind of rusty style, so I'm just kind of putting things here at the moment until I can find more permanent spots for them. Down here on this beach, you just see piles of fish and bugs, and this area is actually going to be where the Lurland village is. I'm gonna have it just a bunch of fishing and all kinds of nice little spots for different stuff like that. I think that will look nice here. And then I decided that on this side over here, this corner, is going to be the desert area where Gerudo Desert is. And starting to collect different items that are kind of orange and, you know, more desert-like looking flowers and things to represent the Gerudo. I even got this veil from Gulliver that I think is perfect for representing them, especially it looking a lot like what you have to wear in the game, which I think is really cool. Again, just kind of slowly starting to collect things to display outside and to represent the area. It looks really kind of odd at the moment on my map. It's just very kind of in a box. Kind of like the E2 area, but I'm planning on making it a lot more kind of rounded off and angled in a way rather than it just cutting off right here and just making the transition between the Hateno area here and Gerudo here a bit more smooth and not so odd looking. I got a pyramid from Gulliver as well. I'm trying to still figure out how to decorate with that. Again, everything you're kind of slowly seeing me just start collecting things and figuring out how everything should look for now. Not much is finished, that's for sure. I haven't done a whole lot with the beach area here, but my pier is right here. And again, I'm just mostly planting a lot of the palm trees. Message bottle is here, so why don't we open that up? So, from Soleil. See, I cannot stop thinking about this furniture I saw in a dream, so I have turned it into a DIY recipe. See, bamboo lunchbox. Oh, I already know that one. Though I'll have to put that in my market area for someone else to have. Now, Penelope lives here right now, but eventually I'm planning on having this area be my Iga clan, where Clay will live. I really love this kind of jagged pole type fencing that I think would look perfect for it and make it look very uninviting. Here I'm thinking of maybe eventually having the Rito. Oh, look, there's a balloon. Gotta get that. Let's see what's inside. See, zigzag print dress. Let's wear it. No. I would rather be a thief. But like I was saying before we saw that balloon, this is area I feel like is gonna kind of represent a little bit more of the Rito and eventually where Sterling will live. So I've been kind of slowly starting to collect things that might look good with it, like some of the eggs for Bunny Day, and possibly I was kind of debating the idea of having fossils represent the divine beasts, but I'm still kind of working on that and not quite sure how I want to represent them. We found another fossil. Let's see, how many is that? That's 3. Anyway, this is going to be a bit more of like a Rito area, and it's going to be built really high on the mountain like it is, but yeah, for now, just kind of storing things here that I feel like will represent them. You can talk to Sahara really quick. Might as well exchange some of the wallpaper and stuff that she has. Let's see, I'm going to buy all of the flooring and wallpaper and all of the rugs. Okay, now we have 5 tickets. And I sure do. Let's do wallpaper this time. Okay, now that we've talked to Sahara, let's look at all the different stuff she gave us. Ramshackle wall. Circuit board flooring, cool. Actually, I'm interested in what that looks like. It's a little big bath mat. Not a wooden deck rug. Purple Persian rug. And Dosha wall. Ooh, I'm excited to see what all of those look like. So, just to kind of finish off my little tour down here, I really haven't decorated much anywhere else other than where my house is. I just have a lot of bugs stored around, and there's nothing particularly exciting. There's still just a lot of weeds and flowers and random trees everywhere, which I don't necessarily mind. I kind of really like that look a lot. Especially the weeds. I really love the way they look. I'm planning on decorating a lot with. Okay, so let's come up here. Oh, there's another fossil. Let's talk to Hans. So, I'm planning on moving Hans out eventually. He's one of the first campsite villagers that I got, so you kind of have to accept whoever that is. But he's okay for now. I don't necessarily mind him. But anyway, on the map, kind of up near where Hans is, I'm planning on dividing up this mountain into sections, and a part of the section that I'm going to be making is Satori Mountain. So I have a ton of cherry blossom petals that I've collected, and I'm planning on using all of the cherry blossom recipes to make a nice little Satori Mountain area. And to replace Hans here, I would like to have Julian the unicorn. To kind of make him as like the Lord of the Mountain, if that makes sense. From Breath of the Wild. But I don't really have anything stored up here. It's just a lot of flowers and weeds and Hans up there. And then, just to show you kind of the other half of my island over here, there's not really any kind of decorations of any kind. Again, it's kind of the same as the other side. There's Elise here. We'll just chat to her real quick. I was thinking of eventually maybe replacing her with Fauna. I'm lucky enough to have one of her amiibo cards, so I might move her in, but I'm not sure yet. Still kind of deciding which other villagers to have. But really nothing has been done up here very much. So it looks like my dig spot is right there. And it looks like Sky is home. Let's go talk to her. And it looks like she's making something. What are you making? Wooden block chest. I don't remember if I have that or not. Oh, I do. Never mind. So another one I have for trade. Cool. I love her house. It's so cute. So I think the last villager we have to talk to is actually Lucky. And he's right here. I wish I could show you guys his house. It is so cool and creepy. But here he is. I absolutely love Lucky. He's one of my favorites. Let's see, what's the latest? But that's cool. I gave the bugs in my house some extra quiet time. Hopefully maybe at some point I'll be able to show you what the inside looks like. It's very cool. Oops, I already put that away. So the last thing I really wanted to show you about my town is my house and kind of the middle part. I decided to move my house kind of right in the top center. See right there? And I kind of decided to do that to represent the Great Deku Tree and the Korok Forest. Here. So I decided to use bamboo to kind of make it feel different and be like a, I don't know, just kind of a very cozy Korok area. You can see my little mask here. It's very far from complete, so don't judge it too much. It still has a long way to go, but I feel like my house kind of representing the Great Deku Tree would be a nice way to, you know, show that off in the town. obviously this isn't actually where your house is located in the Breath of the Wild map. However, there is an area where you can go lay down and rest inside of the Deku Tree, and where there's like some shops and stuff like that with the Koroks, so I figured this would be kind of a nice area for that and to have my house. I haven't checked my mail yet today because I pretty much just started recording as soon as I opened up the game, and I purposely didn't do any of my dailies yet so that I could show you around. So I think the only thing I bought was a thing from, yeah, it was just some music. Man, my inventory's already full. We need to reorganize this and make it look all nice and sell some stuff, but I'd like to kind of show you the inside of my house first. So it's very incomplete and I just have hoarded things everywhere, so again, don't mind it too much. Hopefully a lot of your guys' kind of look similar. But eventually, at some point, I'm going to have this look like the Shrine of Resurrection on the inside anyway. You can see this wallpaper just looks perfect and just looks exactly like Sheikah technology, you know? I think it's so perfect. And eventually I'm gonna have this all cleared out, and I have the sky flooring because I discovered that if you put down a rug, you can still see that it's all smoky here. So I'm gonna have a bunch of rugs set down and have it still be like all smoky and spooky. Just like in the Shrine of Resurrection. But you can see all of the hoard of things that I have at the moment that I just think are either really cool or have plans for in the future that I haven't gotten around to yet. But here is my music player. So let's register that one. Oh, so creepy, I love it. And I haven't fully upgraded my house. I don't have an upstairs or downstairs yet, but I do have my side rooms here. Again, I'm using them mostly just for storage and nothing completely, nothing in particular at the moment, but look how cool this wallpaper is. I think it's perfect for a Legend of Zelda house, even with this mud type of flooring. Speaking of flooring and stuff like that, why don't we test and see what some of these look like. Oh, cool. I like that, the ramshackle. So put that back on the wall and see circuit board. Oh, that's cool. If you wanted to do some type of like futuristic type house, that would be perfect for that. See, and then we got one more wallpaper. Let's see what this looks like. Pretty simple. Put that back up. Maybe let's pick up this rug and let's see what these ones look like. Wow. Okay, so that one's the natural wooden deck rug. Oh, that's cool. I like that one. And then there's a simple pink one. I don't think I'll use it, but I'll keep it for now. Anyway, that's that room. Hoarding more bugs and fish. But I have a lot of plans for all of those. Back here I have all stored the cherry blossom furniture items, which I think are just absolutely gorgeous. I love that they have these animated wallpapers and flooring now. I just think it's beautiful. So I really like these cherry blossom recipes, and you can see a little bit of the bunny day. I don't plan on using the bunny day furniture for anything, but I'm just kind of keeping it for now until I can replace it with other things. Again, I'm mostly using my house for storage and not really doing any sort of decorating yet because I'm still just trying to collect items and just enjoying playing the game rather than making it look all pretty at the moment. Eventually, I can't wait until you guys see how much more finished it will look. It's all done, but I just have more of the bunny day stuff all displayed. Again, I don't love bunny day furniture. I much prefer like Halloween and kind of the slightly more weird looking stuff. But it just looks like a mess at the moment. So that's my house. How much room do I have in my storage? None. I don't have any. Okay. I'm just gonna set, I hate to do this, but I need to set these down and sell some of this stuff. Yeah, just to kind of finish off a little bit of a tour of my island here. I kind of made this into a nice little area, little up high area, and eventually surrounding it I'm gonna have just like it all completely surrounded with water here, and of course being able to access the secret beach here. But yeah, you can see I'm just still really experimenting and still trying to figure out exactly how I want to display everything. I'm not planning on having all of this here. I was mostly just plotting everything out. So in general, pretty much my island looks like a disaster. But it's still a huge work in progress. I would love to see how much progress you guys have made with your towns and what they look like and what theme that you're going with. I hope to keep working on this town and eventually make it look really epic and very Legend of Zelda-like. However, it does kind of make me a little sad that they haven't included any Nintendo items yet like they have in past games. I really enjoy especially the Legend of Zelda items, so I really hope they bring that back eventually, because I feel like that would really make it feel more like Legend of Zelda like. So I didn't have anything that Blathers needed, so I probably will sell most of this. I'm gonna keep these wallpapers because I think they're pretty cool. Definitely need to go and clear out my inventory. It's a mess at the moment. But I kind of wanted to finish off this video by hanging out in the museum. I really, really love the way it looks. And it is, I think, in my opinion, the most relaxing place to be. With all the bugs and the music and the atmosphere. Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that water flowing. The fish. Bugs. See, let's go up here. My cats are crying right now because I won't let them in here while I'm recording. So here are some of the different stuff I've donated. Very cool. Let's come down this way. I think this is one of my favorite places in the museum. Oh, how pretty this is. love all these butterflies. Flowers. You could just sit here all day. Actually, I should show you guys everything that I've caught so far. I've been trying hard to catch a lot of the things. So, it's definitely not complete, but hopefully by the end of the year I'll have been able to catch everything. Okay, let's go. Go see the fish now. So peaceful, so relaxing. Yeah, we could just be quiet for a while. Enjoy that music. Just walk around. I actually really love going to aquariums and museums in real life. So, it's just a nice, peaceful place. I love it. Yeah, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to be quiet for a while. And then here's the last addition to my museum. This little art gallery. I don't have very many. I think I only have one piece of art so far. Yeah, this one. any others at the moment. I recently saw a video where some people have figured out that some of the paintings are haunted, which I think is fun. But yeah, I don't really have anything yet. But I think for now I'm actually going to end this video here. I hope you found it relaxing and enjoyed playing some Animal Crossing with me and taking a town tour. Even though it's a mess, I hope I can make a lot more progress on it and show you guys over time of what it looks like, which I'm hoping it will look like anyway. And like I mentioned earlier, I would love to come visit some of your guys' towns, and even if they still look very incomplete like mine. But I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time.